Assembly elections, we again find ourselves on the home straight of the 2023 general elections. The horses trotting towards the next round of elections seem weighed down by the baggage of the last round. For the contestants, keeping their faces in the minds of the voters and sidestepping any tricky situation is the name of the game. For many on the different parts of the aisle, there is no going back now that the deciding week is upon us. On Political Update today, we will feel the pulse of those who are at the tip of the game and those who just might tip the scales in one direction or the other. Like Julio Caesar said many centuries ago, let the dice fly. I am Fisayo Ogunfuyi. Welcome. The governing All Progressives Congress has commenced the engagement with its National Assembly members-elects in Abuja. Those at the engagement say it is in line with the party's ideology to build a progressive family.
The successful presidential and National Assembly elections and certificate of return issued to them as National Assembly members-elect. The prospective members of the 10th National Assembly have been engaged by the party hierarchy to familiarize them with the party's demands. The meeting, organized by the National Working Committee of APC, was held behind closed doors at the presidential villa. Some members described the meeting as timely.
Multiplicity of various political parties in the National Assembly will bring about better and more robust and people-oriented legislations that will impact positively on the life of Nigerians.
It would also ensure that overriding national interests prevail much more than party interests.
We're having a gubernatorial election which is coming out on the 18th of March. So the interaction focus about the gubernatorial election, which we believe that we're strong, but we want to be more strong.
This is not the right time to talk about zoning. All we need now is to consolidate on our victory. We have won the presidential and we should be able to at least take a minimum of 30 states.
Prominent among the attendees are leaders of the current 9th National Assembly, Senator Ahmad Lawan and Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, and the Vice President-elect, Kashim Shettima.
Different women groups in Yola South have promised to mobilize support for the victory of the APC in Adamawa State ahead of the governorship election. The party is presenting the last woman standing among men, Senator Aishatu Dahiru Ahmed Binani.
These are the representatives of women groups from the 11 wards of Yola South local government area of Adamawa State to register their support and to assure Senator Aishatu Dahiru Ahmed Binani of total commitment to sell her manifesto to the people of the state. While the women group said Senator Aishatu Dahiru Ahmed Binani is the only candidate that will bring about the desired change in the state, the men also call on the people of the state to come out en masse on 18th March. Vote for Senator Aishatu Dahiru Ahmed Binani to enable them have a life-changing experience.
We, the men, will also give her necessary support to ensure her victory at the polls.
The APC governorship candidate Adamawa State, Senator Aishatu Dahiru Ahmed Binani, who expressed appreciation for the show of support, promised to ensure good governance if elected as governor.
The Labour Party is drumming up support for its candidates in the governorship and state assembly election this weekend. The party says its great showing in the presidential election is an indication that there is a shift towards a new direction in the nation's political landscape.
We therefore call the attention of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, and all the relevant security agencies to ensure the full protection of lives and property in the coming election by ensuring that there is a credible election devoid of manipulations and violence.
The chances of Labour Party are very bright, very, very bright. I'm sure we're all aware that in the last election, the PDP, which is the ruling party in Delta, was beaten for the very first time by an opposition party. I said this somewhere and the person corrected me and said a minor they felt it was a minor opposition party. But they do not realize that this election cycle is different. The people are the ones that have the power. Our chances are very bright because we believe the people are solidly behind us.
All right, joining us on Political Update today is the National Chairman, Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, Chairman and Presidential Candidate of the Action Democratic Party, Malam Yabagisane. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Fisayo, for having me.
Many will say you have been a firefighter in the past few weeks. Are your members still invested in this process, or are we heading for more confrontations?
Well, no, it's democracy in action. I believe it's part of the game. You go for elections and then you again prepare to face the court of law. That has become part of our political development, and for a good reason, because we have refused to build a very strong political structures and then also to entrench democracy in the land. And this is because our laws, to an extent, are not, obeyed. In fact, mostly they are obeyed in default. So I believe the days after this election will go to strengthen, democracy, because it's about allowing people to express themselves, which is the beauty of democracy. You should be allowed to interrogate the system, to have a different opinion about what the result may be. And then, like I said, you can seek redress. So that's the beauty of democracy. And that's why we fought very hard, tooth and nail really, to ensure that the process continues until now. And we also are ready and pushing in all directions to ensure that March 18th, becomes a reality and strengthen the democratic structures in this country, because the governorship and state house of assembly is the next, second tier of government, which is the one that actually, because yes, you can say local government is the nearest tier of government to the people, but from our own practice, it appears like the state is the nearest one to the government, or the one that exerts
perhaps most impactful.
More influence. Yes, more impactful, because of what I've said. We don't observe our laws. We don't allow the rules and regulations of democracy itself, to take root, and that's why we are where we are today.
All right, you rightly, highlighted, your role in the process, insisting that the process continued. But having asked for a week's reprieve, are you confident that this weekend's exercise will be hitch-free?
Well, yes, I'm confident, because if you look at it, the electoral umpire, I'm talking about INEC now, is not happy with what happened. I mean, they cannot be happy with what happened on the 25th of February 2023. Because it was an anticlimax, if truth must be told. And we have an opportunity now to take a second look at what we have done and to do it well, because like I've always believed, and it's true, INEC has all it takes. They are not short of funds, they are not short of technology, they are not even short of manpower. I'm talking about people that have the prerequisite knowledge of what they are supposed to do at the levels that you require them. If you take it from even the chairman himself, it's a professor and of history, but he has been there, and he knows that he has a date with history. So I'm sure the anticlimax we had on the 25th of February 2023, he has an opportunity now to redeem the image, not only his own image, but image of that institution, because from the international community to domestic observers, this is not what we expected, and nobody has given them any pass mark, as to what happened, except those who want to just fulfill the righteousness because of the role they play in the society. But the fact is that INEC is on trial, and I believe that they are going to succeed because, like I said, they have all it takes, and I hope that the Judas amongst them, will not, in any way destroy what remains of INEC, because this election is very important to them. They must deliver on the mandate, which they have told Nigerians from the beginning that they are going to deliver free, fair, credible elections to Nigeria. Mahmoud went to Chatham House to tell the whole world that they are ready, they are prepared, they will deliver, and I think they were ready to deliver. But what happened is another thing entirely, different from what they were expecting. So I have full confidence that INEC will deliver.
All right, if you permit my metaphors, INEC has uploaded its desire to organize a seamless process. Do you think Nigerians have downloaded the message with optimism?
Not really, because once bitten, twice shy. So that's the problem. So that's why INEC now has to, really step up to the plate and prove that they are above board in terms of delivering on the mandate given to them. So all they are saying, yes, you can say they said much more than what they are saying today. But what is important is the result. What happens after the elections? That's what matters. If they didn't allow the horrible experience of 2025, of the 25th February to repeat itself, then fine. Then Nigerians will, from now on, believe in whatever INEC is saying. But if anything that is near what happens, then you can forget it, because people have already written off INEC as an electoral umpire, because of the experience, of the past, that no matter what they tell you, what happens during the election is a different thing entirely. What you find is all sorts of infractions and then you go to court. The court will use technicalities to just throw away your case, and it becomes part of the documentation of what has happened in our history, maybe for students of history and for researchers to have that happens to be the only benefit that you draw from participating in
we are all
elections.
students of this process, Ma'am Yabagisani. We are all students of this process, and as chairman IPAC, you have interactions across board in terms of political parties. You've seen how people voted this time around and the leanings as well. How would you describe the behavior of the voter this time around? Were they queuing behind individuals or parties? The ideology, the party ideologies, did they play any role? Or was it a case of, I know this person, or I don't know this person, or I'm voting against this person?
Well, you see, democracy is a journey, and it's not a destination. So where we are today, I think it's just a milestone that we can say we have passed this stage. Otherwise, if you look at it from the primaries until where we are today, it wasn't about Nigeria in particular. It was about which ethnic group will win. So the contest was for ethnicity. Is it a Yoruba man that will win, or an Igbo man that will win, or Hausa man that will win? And that is what we brought to the. It wasn't a marketplace of ideas that, issue-based, campaigns and things like that. So that, to that extent, you cannot really take this face of our democracy, to be something that, we're happy about. We want to see a situation where merit, plays dominant role, so that Nigeria can move on, so that this promise of greatness, which Nigeria is, will be realized, within our lifetime. Otherwise, if we go the direction we are going, it will be difficult for us to really move this country forward. And like we are the largest democracy on the continent of Africa, and perhaps the third largest democracy in the world. And we play big in economic, social, political, sphere of the world. So this is why we cannot afford to have, these baby steps, towards the realization of the greatness of this country, because we are yet to really get it right, when it comes to issue of merit, when it comes to issue of recruitment of leadership. And that matters in terms of building a nation. If you can't recruit your leadership in a manner that will give confidence, to the people, because people matter in this system of governance which we have, which is democracy. So, that we have to own the system. It can't be government of judiciary by judiciary for the judiciary, because that's what we have been having. The voters will vote, and end of the day, it's the judiciary that will decide who becomes what. That is not what we want. What we want is a situation where the vote counts, by and large. Like I said, it's a journey. We are making progress, but the progress is too slow, and the world cannot wait for us forever. We have to really, do a catch-up. Those who started with us, like if you look at other climes, even South Korea, you look at Malaysia, Indonesia, other countries like that, they didn't have as much as what we have in terms of resources, in terms of even human capital. But look at us today. We are still described as developing country, and even in terms of the economic progress, look at the progress we are making as far as our GDP growth is concerned. Look at the progress we are making as far as the unity of the country is concerned. Look at the progress we are making as far as even democracy itself is concerned. So this is why Nigerians have to wake up. We have to own this process. We have to tell ourselves the gospel truth that what is important is that we respect the rule of law. The National Assembly, for instance, yes, the elections, National Assembly, to a very large extent, was something that you can say, reflects, the wishes of the people. But even that, like Fisayo, 6 months down the line, are you sure that those who won on the platform of other parties will still remain in those parties? If the experience we have in this country,
that will be my question to you, because you are the ones at the tip of the game, and you see your party members. I'm sure when they submit some of their ID cards to you, they need to renew it monthly, because some would have changed parties within the period of the windows with which you met the last time. But let's leave that one. You just mentioned the issue of judiciary, so let's quickly take a story. The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has reserved judgment on the Osun State governorship election. The three-man panel of the appellate court, led by Justice Mohammed Shuaibu, gave the order in Abuja.
In an appeal filed on February 9, 2023, Governor Ademola Adeleke of the PDP as appellant is appealing the verdict of the Osun State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal, which nullified his election. The Independent National Electoral Commission had earlier declared Ademola Adeleke of the PDP as the governor of Osun State in the governorship election held on the 16th of July 2022. Not satisfied with the election result, Boyega Oyetola of the APC rejected the result and filed a petition before the Osun State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal. In its verdict, the three-man tribunal declared former Governor Boyega Oyetola of the APC as the duly elected governor of Osun State. The tribunal nullified the election of Ademola Adeleke. It was this matter that Ademola Adeleke brought before the Court of Appeal. Both counsel to appellant and the respondent have adopted their final written addresses before the three-man panel of appeal.
We appeal, they also cross-appeal. Today, both appeals were all heard and argued extensively, and we've concluded it. We've barred our arguments, and we're waiting for the judgment.
All the appeals, including the cross appeals, have been heard, and we're all in court when the court adjourned the matter to a date to be communicated to all of us. Simply, for judgment.
Because of Section 62 of the Electoral Act that authorizes INEC to update the data from time to time. If you get a citizen from INEC, you need to go back and confirm whether there has been any change before you run to tribunal. So they didn't do that. They prematurely just took one CTC and ran to the tribunal and made the major mistakes. Now they were able to convince the tribunal, but the Court of Appeal will be wiser.
The next time this court sits on this matter is going to be delivering its verdict.
watching political updates on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. We have the chairman, Interparty Advisory Council, IPAC, Malam Yabagisani, here with us. He was, of course, a presidential candidate as well as a party chairman. So he is eminently, qualified to be part of this discussion. Now, it seems to me as if the Nigerian, electoral cycle produces a lot of job opportunities for people. At the pre-election stage, people producing banners, flexi banners, T-shirts, and ashwebis, smile to the bank. During the process, professors from universities are engaged. Then after the process, the SANs come and take center stage. But in all this, it seems as if we're still in some kind of quagmire, some kind of, stuck in time in terms of, political processes, and we're not moving as fast as you said. We should be moving. Malam Yabagisani.
Well, we should be moving forward, and moving forward will mean that we obey, the laws, the extant laws that govern the process. People with impunity will do whatever they like, and end of the day, punishments are not meted out, in the manner that is expected, and that's why we're in this vicious cycle. If people have been punished, according to the law, if the law is known to people, and all of us, we are all equal in the eyes of the law. The rule of law is allowed to take root. I'm sure some of these problems we are talking about, will begin to take back seat. But the situation today is that people with impunity, will break the law. That's why there's so much, like you said, jobs created for people. In the negative way, I have no problem with all these category of people that you mentioned, the printers, the professors, the science and things like being engaged. It's okay to engage them, but not in this kind of negative, way, because what it does is that it chips at the bottom of democracy itself. Why am I saying so? People, confidence wanes, by the day, because people don't believe that if you cast your vote, end of the day, is what it matters, because what matters end of the day is who has the biggest, the deepest pocket.
Before I let you go,
this is why at IPAC, we are emphasizing the fact that Nigerians must own the process. It's supposed to be government of the people, by the people, for the people.
I must ask this question before I let you go. What would you like to see on Saturday?
Oh, on Saturday, what I would like to see is the agencies, that is security agencies, do their work, in a manner that will show that, yes, they are for this nation, not for the government of the day, because unfortunately for us, I've always said this, we have a situation where all the agencies that we look up to give us free, fair, credible elections are all appointed by one person, which is Mr. President, who belongs to a political party, who has not hidden his love or his despair, to have his party to continue to be in power. So when you have a situation like this, the police, the leading agency, they appointed then. In fact, Mr. President even appoints the REC, Resident Electoral Commissions. So how bad can he get? So the issue is that March 18th, I want them to rise, above those sentiments. They should know that they will give account before their creator, not Buhari or anybody in government who appoints them. And when they do that, I also expect, the people in INEC to also be above board. That it's not all about money that you have been given. It's about when you die, you are going to give account. So and this is about the people. It's not about ordinary things. It's about human beings created by government.
All right, so time for everything. Madam Yabagi, we have just about a minute round off. So many thanks to you. Of course, we'll try and also, lean on your experience in the course of this process. And of course, still get your thoughts as well as the thought of the council as far as our electoral processes and our political space is concerned. Thank you very much for being a part of the program. That ends it on Political Update today. Many thanks to you for watching. And of course, you know that is another date with Destiny the nation has on Saturday. So come out and let your PVC act for you as usual. We hope that we have a seamless exercise. Of course, on the part of the Nigerian Television Authority, we'll give you the very best of news, reviews, previews, and interviews. My name is Fisel Ogunfe on Political Update, urging you to play your politics for the greater good. Bye-bye now.